Hey guys, how's it going? So, over a year ago, I made a video called like 4 ridiculous NBA players' heights or something like that. That was the first video on my channel that really blew up. I think it got like 1 million views in a couple months. That video really launched my YouTube career. Like, I think around that time I had less than 1,000 subs, like 500, 600 subs. And then when the video started to get more popular, the channel just grew exponentially. So today I thought, let's go back to my roots. This video is going to be something similar. How's it going, fellas? My name's Andy, and today we're going to take a look at 6 ridiculous official player weights. Alright, let's get started. First off, we got LeBron James. When LeBron entered the NBA as an 18-year-old, NBA.com listed him at 6'8", 240 pounds. That's 40 pounds heavier than Andrew Wiggins when he was a rookie, despite both being the same height. That's also 13 pounds more than Pau Gasol, who weighed in at just 227 as a rookie, and he's 7'1". LeBron was also listed at the same weight as Dwight Howard from the 2004 draft combine. That's all pretty insane. LeBron looks a lot slimmer and smaller back then compared to right now, but his body was already fully developed compared to the rest of the league. What's even crazier is that nowadays LeBron is listed at 250, and he's been listed at 250 for every year after his rookie season, which is definitely incorrect. In his first year back in Cleveland, he said that he was indeed 250, but that was after going on a diet and losing 20 pounds. So he was at least 270 during his days in Miami, which seems like a more accurate number. Next up, we have Joel Embiid. NBA.com currently lists him as being 250 pounds, which sounds ridiculous. There's no way this guy weighs 30 pounds fewer than Andre Drummond, who's listed at 279. Plus, Joel's not really 7 feet tall either. Some have speculated him to be like 7'2" now. I guess they just never updated his profile. According to a report, a source said that Embiid was nearly 300 pounds in January of 2015, but that was because he was still rehabbing his injuries and not playing yet. A couple years later, in late 2017, when he was actually playing games, Embiid admitted that his current weight was 283. That seems a lot more accurate. For some reason, his official listing is still 250, and the Sixers list him at 260. I guess it's the same reason why some players want their heights to be exaggerated. It makes them look a lot better on paper. For example, if a team is looking to draft or sign somebody, they might get scared if they see a player that weighs close to 300 pounds. It could be a sign that they're out of shape. Third on the list, let's look at Mo Bamba. He's listed at 207. That seems really light. He doesn't look that skinny. For comparison, J.R. Smith is listed at 225. He's even lighter than an 18-year-old Jaren Jackson, who weighed in at 240. I don't know, but if you take a look at this picture here, Bamba is basically all arms and shoulders. I guess the rest of his body is pretty skinny. 207 though? Jeez. Even rookie Kevin Durant weighed 225, and he's mainly a perimeter player, so it's not as bad. I've heard some people say that Bamba is too weak and he's gonna get abused as a center, but I didn't believe that until I actually saw his listed weights. He's gonna get pushed around a lot by other bigs, especially on the boards. Speaking of Kevin Durant, I guess we gotta mention him too. He's currently listed at 240, which is the same as Carmelo Anthony and heavier than Serge Ibaka. Some would say that Durant looks a lot lighter than 240, but the thing is, I think it's accurate. Remember, Durant is basically 7 feet tall with shoes on. He's taller than those guys. His noodle arms give the impression that he's really lanky and skinny, but most of a person's weight does not come from their arms anyway. Durant just has some weird proportions. To be honest, I think 240 is fairly accurate. It just looks weird when you have other players like Embiid, whose listed weight of 250 is way under his actual weight. Fifth on this list, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo, listed at 222 pounds. He grew 2 inches since his rookie season, so I think he's close to 7 feet tall now. His body obviously went through a huge transformation, but being 220 at 7 feet tall is still pretty light. For comparison, his listed weight is basically the same as 6'4" Ron Baker. Yeah, something is not right there. I feel like one of those weights is clearly off. And finally, sixth on this list, we have Corey Brewer, listed at 6'9", 186 pounds.
This is ridiculous for a different reason, because I think it's completely accurate. Brewer is probably the lankiest player in the entire league, and he looks that way too when you watch him play. To put in perspective how ridiculously skinny he is, he apparently weighs about 30 pounds lighter than Trevor Ariza. Brewer is one of those guys who just never bulked up in his entire NBA career. He came into the league very skinny and will finish his career the same way. At least he's been a productive player. He makes up for his lack of strength with his speed and hustle, which are two words that describe his playstyle very well. And that's all, folks. Those were 6 players with some ridiculous listed weights. Just like with heights, some players want their weights to be listed differently for different reasons. Sometimes it's to make it look like a player is stronger than he actually is, or it could be the opposite. Maybe they want themselves to be lighter so it doesn't look like they're out of shape. Or maybe they just don't care about what they're listed at and never send in any updates to their team, so their listed weight stays like that for their entire career. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.